Hey, blockchain users, this is TA done in 3 minutes. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. Right now we are at 51, neutral, which while it says neutral on the index, for me this is more of a fear indicator, because if we scroll down a bit, this is the chart of fear and greed for the past whole year. Ever since we began moving up in terms of fear and greed in October 2023, we've been ranging either in a mix of greed and extreme greed, with only 2 spikes down, which for every time in the neutral territory. Both of these were very good buy entry, and right now we're at these levels. Is this a good buy entry? Well, I'm not a financial advisor, so sadly I cannot give you a precise answer in that regard, but given the context that we are currently in a bull market, or rather in the brewing stage of bull market, spikes in the neutral territory signals fear. So for me, it's a very important signal to keep in mind. Moving on to the Bitcoin chart. Friday, if you remember, we saw a weak close, meaning we were below our 50%. That was a sign of weakness. Given that the trend was down, we saw a sign of weakness. The most likely possibility was a continuation to the downside, and this is what we saw. Right now, Bitcoin is currently testing the yellow box of support that we identified last week. Now, why is that an important zone of support? Super simple. History repeats. We saw buyers step into the market at these prices in the past. Now I'm expecting them to come again. Now, while this is what I expect, right now the volume is fairly low. This is what you want to look into. Right now it is below my little purple line here, meaning the volume is fairly average. This is not what you want to see. If you look here, the volume was very high. This signals that the whales, the big institution, all these big wallets, the people that move the market, they were buying in. This is why it moved up. Currently, we're not quite seeing that yet, but we will see. There are still a few trading hours to the day. If we don't see much buying, we can expect a continuation to the downside. The next target would be this price level around 57K. Now, if we zoom out a bit, we can see that our next level of support is at 49K. Why is that? Well, it's because it's the 50% level of our macro range using the accumulation period we see in late 2023 when Bitcoin was around 25K and the all-time high. Not just that, all tops can become new bottoms. Here we have the old top that was the top that happened following the ETF news. Now that was big. That was very an emotional moment in the market, and when such emotional moments happen, whatever price number that happens tends to stay in the psychology of the market. Because of that, if we do fail to hold support around 57K, this is where I expect we could see very big and significant support. If you've enjoyed this video, do the thing with the buttons, and I will see you next time.